bit, and it's because players are really punishing it. They will look to gank it heavily, they'll dive it repeatedly, they can really put it behind. And when I'm looking at this set down a top lane combo, I could see OMG looking for that play pattern start to make that impact. But as we're saying, bot lane.
In the bottom lane, flash and flash. Elk goes into lack of vision. Abel, though, and Cold get the last auto. First blood over to OMG, but Beisheng's here. Abel needs to die, and Beisheng secures it while looking for Cold. Aki now re-engaging, but Audacious charge. What's the cooldown? It's back up. Right on top of Aki. No Q here for the Talon Strike to get the knockup. And a 1-for-1. Favorable, but both ADs drop in the dirt.
This is the window to put him behind, to punish him. And I mean, we talked about this top lane camp.
Nice. Flash face breaker in. They wanted to hit top lane. You're exactly right, but is it too far? Gwen and Xin Zhao, the early damage, it's huge. As I have to pause. Beisheng and Shanks walking through bottom lane, though. Ezreal and Leona winning out. Abel getting bursted down as well, and it doesn't matter. Leona, Ezreal hit 6 while the top side, Aki's in trouble. He's going to get snip, flashes back over the wall to survive. A bit of a cheeky play. The question mark goes up, but dude, WE over the board, and Shanks now involved as well. Doesn't matter, no moonfall for you, as 4-1 sits on the scoreboard.
You can secure that Herald. The downside is Elk has been bot lane by himself. He stacked up a big wave. Oh, engage coming in.
Two-man solar flare. Zenith Blade. Beisheng's in as well. Abel flashing over the wall to get out, but the true shot barrage. The snipe down. WE in the escape part, though, as Aki's trying to come on in. Has the moonfall, wants the gap closed, but Shanks is all in. Stolen moonfall, burst down Cream, and he's in the pit with no returns. Snip time is Breathe, also TP's on in. The moonfall for real this time, great from OMG, but look at the damage from Breathe. Gwen is just such a good champion, as Aki knows it at best. He's about to die as well. He wants to give it to Elk, bit of PM, but he helps out to get the triple.
Massive.
Plays it safe, but Elk is still in so much trouble. Arcade shift. He has a real flash. Uses it to get over the wall. Abel, remember, still the killer instinct available. Just has to hit that W onto the target. Elk's now launched down. Cream over the wall. Under turret. Abel finally ult through, but Cream's taking aggro. And it comes so close as Beisheng is now reset. Maybe they should have left it here, Orcs. Abel on the run. Solar Flare, instant cleanse away. W to lock him down. Cold sacrificing his own life, but it's a two-man W. Abel still dies, and it's an absolute disaster for OMG.
Yeah, Beisheng massive. You see that Herald throwing down top, not really going to amount to too much in this situation. Just a couple of plates, but now WE in a comfortable spot where they can apply the pressure.
Heartbreaker chains come through, and Cream in a bit of trouble. Beisheng looking to target him down, make it a dive. He has the audacious charge. He goes for it under turret. Moonfall to separate, but Cream needs one more hit. Under the turret, taking the aggro. Shanks as well. Now it's going wrong for WE. Aki, Cream get a bit of HP back thanks to Triumph, thanks to the Sovereign's domination. And the chains hit again. Cream's going to get yet another reset. And OMG, that's what they needed to get back in the game.
Because I think a fight right now still probably going to go very much in WE's favor.
Well, OMG not going to take your advice for now as Herald goes down. Beisheng picks it up. New on the flank here, wants to showstopper him down. Facebreaker for the two-man. He gets it eventually. Ulti all in. The wombo you talked about. OMG get the perfect setup. 5 versus 2, and both drop down.
Yeah, it feels like WE weren't ready for that contest. They didn't actually have all members grouped together. Beisheng and Breathe alone, and this could be a window they're looking to set up potentially here. WE definitely cautious. You have to respect this engage tool, and I'm watching you looking for a flank here.
That's right, has the showstopper, has himself the flash as well. Straight on in on top of missing Aki. The moonfall, quickness as well, but WE have kited back. Cold's already dead, and now elongated fight at the ready. A good showstopper though from you, the facebreaker as well. Abel, does he have the damage output? The answer is no. And WE disengage, only to take down 2 of OMG with them.
This is just going to be a straight up contest, and again, look for the big team fight ultimates from OMG. Look at Aki, look at you.
Piling in, Aki's doing it, starting with the moonfall here, the quickness into the back line as well. They've done it, Orcs. Onto one, missing will drop first, no on his hourglass to save him, or at least use, but Shanks on the back line is absolutely massive, and Breathe is just not dying. The Gwen runs into the thick of it, lives on, now ready to snip down, and Cold's not going to be able to beat an AD carry. This is what happens when Breathe is able to run free.
And the thing is, they got that first initial kill, but it was onto missing. Yes, you get that, but they're unable to do so. And now WE just able to pick up the Baron.
And on top of that, Soul Point as well. Something else to force OMG into. You've explained these comps so well, Orcs. Again, I want to reiterate on points you came up through with the pick potential, with the all-in engage. OMG using it on missing means a lot of cooldowns now risen, and WE just kite back so well.
And the thing is here is Elk, beautiful arcane shift there to get out the initial engage, so they can't pick up the 80 carry. And you see Abel actually jumps in to try and take him down, but Shanks, beautiful job healing here with the Everfrost. And now that the Ezreal's alive, you can start to put that damage down. Breathe is just doing so much in the mix in these fights. And as a result, WE able to come out ahead in this one. I think that's the big thing, is we were talking a little bit before that about flanks, unless they find that window.
WE just poking them down. I mean, Cream now has to look for another angle, but it's New who starts it off. His team not there. Quickness into the backline. The Moonfall is great, but the problem is, one by one, OMG drive into the fight. WE are just too far ahead.
Crushing victory coming out, and again, it's a little bit of desperation from OMG. They don't want to give up their base with the Baron pushing down on them, but they weren't able to find a good engage. Once again, it's onto missing, but with the Zhonya's, no way even missing is going down in the scenario. It's a 5-0, and WE with a really convincing win in this game one.
Yeah, some shaky moments, but they rounded it out. The fight's looking great. 27 minutes to take OMG in game one. LGD, I apologize, but at the very least, no, it was SMLZ, excuse me, a little bit wrong there. That the Mundo can be fine. He's this fridge that is unstoppable, takes 0 damage, but at least isn't anything either. But onto Breathe at the top lane, that's a different story. New setting up for the Facebreaker. He's taken a lot of damage as he hits first, but flashes into the Haymaker shield, and New flashes out for first blood.
We have some good setup for this. They're going to have the mid wave pushed in, so if WE don't answer that one, they're going to miss out some minions, so OMG feel confident to take this.
Cold even on the way, but New takes a big chunk of damage. It's actually stolen by Bei Sheng. Over the wall, OMG haven't got the Herald as Abel flies on in though. The Moonfall used in great succession, but Breeze healing up. Maximum dosage is already popped. And now they're going to struggle to get through, but Cold re-engages. Abel forward once again, stolen by Shanks though. Can Elk do any damage to put down? As Missing still following up. Arcane shift forward. Cold is now dead. There's the Glacial Fissure down. Maximum knockup onto Ark. He has nowhere to go. And Missing getting the absolute max out of that ulti.
And I think this was just a little bit greedy by OMG. They had the setup for this. All they needed to do was drop the Herald, let the aggro reach.
Damage has already been done. Shanks is here as well. Elk just needs to move away from the turret. There's a couple more autos secure, but Missing's going deep onto Arky. Moonfall into the backline as well. Cole sets up for the engage. He tried to repel. The follow-up Moonfall though onto WE was beautiful from Arky, but the damage still not there. Cream's running for his life, getting himself sweeping blades. New as well, relying on Abel. You want yourself Cream in the fight, but he's hitting the minion wave. He doesn't know where to go. Not confident, no problem. WE will snag it from under your back.
And they get a second able to follow through and finish this out.
Abel comes in a little bit late. We're going to try again, though. OMG, it's Showstopper for Showstopper. Shanks has stolen one so much better as Cold gets a Magnet Storm, sets up for Cream's ulti. This time they have the damage as Abel's hitting onto the backline. OMG need to clean this one up, and I think they've done it. A couple down thanks to Elk as he's trying to kite his way back, but Abel takes him down. And WE this time running into the forefront when OMG have numbers.
OMG managed to find the full 5v5. They get the combo up, and you can see the damage potential. Once the momentum is there, they're able to clean up. They're able to secure the third dragon off the game as well and get that mid tower. So bouncing back almost instantly from that team fight loss in the mid lane.
OMG can pick it up.
There's the set, potentially looking for a flank here.
Right
if he grabs the Mundo.
Onto the back line. Here we go for the Facebreaker. Into it as well. Cold jumps on in. The Winter's Bite, the setup, concussive blows doesn't matter anymore because OMG bursts him down as Aki goes golden. Now on top of Shanks. Cream hitting away. The Yasuo gets yet another knockup onto Breathe. 5 versus 2. They do it again.
They find that impact, the AoE mess coming out. The Hazaki's fall is just so good for OMG. And as much as Elk is able to get out and maintain his safety, he's not able to assist his team. They get absolutely decimated. And Cream potentially looking for more.
Trouble. Elk's in so much trouble here. Has to flash away. Cream is a menace on this Yasuo now as Ocean Soul goes over. Denied from the Mundo. given over to a Set, a Yasuo. Into the river, WE will now move themselves, but New is right in front of them. WE are split apart, missing Set down, but over the wall, stand behind me used well. Beisheng as well, disengaging. OMG getting hit, the moonfall there. It's only a two-man ulti though. WE trying to buy time, but Cream has already found Missing and into the back. Shanks doesn't get any value this time, but Elk is able to hit through. Golden is cold and WE still have 4, but they're pushing forward. OMG need to get the hell out of there. It's a Yasuo that needs to make sure he doesn't get caught out. And Breed is the one frontlining. WE still lose Missing. It's still a win for OMG as they disengage and rely on the Ocean Salt. Happy to keep playing for time.
Yeah, I mean, it's favoring them in the long run in this situation. Oh,
Beisheng in trouble. Getting soloed out by New. He has to flash away, use the Heartbreaker instead. New actually targeted though, as there we go again. Into a choke. OMG say thank you very much. Cream running forward, but Elk is not really a threat to 4 people. Still, the poke is measurable as Elk wants to chase this down with Missing, but OMG, welcome to their lair.
And the thing is, with an Ocean Soul, they're just going to sustain up. You can see once more the huge value from the wind wall, just blocking Elk from really having to stay in any of these fights. Now, you have to be so careful here to get engaged on. Elk certainly would go down, but the wind wall once more going to block them off. They should just go to take the Baron.
The Baron does go down. Elk can't do anything about it. The wind wall again showcases Mundo. If he falls behind in items, it can be dealt with. It's huge. It's able. Walking forward himself. Who needs to all-in engage when the 80 carrying 3.5 items is just so far ahead? Beisheng going in, but under turret. OMG don't care. The turret's gone. Missing as well. Drops to the dirt as Cream jumps on in. Everyone piles on. The dog pile exists in this game number 2 as OMG are putting the finishing touches. Flash away from Abel. He survives. He takes the jungler. And oh my God, may have just done it.
Love the confidence coming out. They just go forwards, forwards, forwards. They don't give a single opportunity for WE to breathe. And he's the only member left alive, trying to do his best, but this Yasuo just doing way too much damage.
Look at the Ocean Soul now. Mundo will survive for a little bit longer, but the Nexus will not. Game 3 on the horizon after OMG showcased the comp. This time so much better.
Applying the pressure as soon as possible, and they want to try and stack gold onto their critical carries, particularly, you know, the Gwen and the Ezreal can find a lot of value. And again, it's the extended fights that we saw from WE, kind of getting that from OMG 2, then mid jungle 2v2 strong, and we actually see Breathe going for the ignite in this top matchup.
Elk went deep for a ward. He had to flash and cleanse. Of course, cold matches that Elk won't be able to get out of this one if Abel wants to commit his own. And of course, with the stun there from the shield of Daybreak, that's just a horrible way to start for WE. Look in a second, we'll just look at the runes. What? Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. It's one apiece.
That shouldn't happen, by the way.
Ever.
Like, one of the things with Gwen is just level 1 champions. I mean, okay, we don't even get time to breathe.
The Observer, let's get it started. I know, you're not expecting it, but Jesus Christ, it's 4 kills in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's going wild, and I don't think Beisheng wants to really stop. He's looking for an invade here onto Aki.
Well, okay, let's see. Level 3 versus level 3. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Shank's in a bit of trouble, but no, it doesn't matter. We get to see this one. The flash away, Shank still has his own. Ruthless Predator, not available for 3 seconds, so he didn't follow up. And the summon advantage. So, 2 kills, the roam done, way pushing in you talked about. Now the stun in the mid lane for Cream as Electro Harpoon connects and the burn coming through. Passive as well. Rumble always wins this as Arky will force the flash in the end. It's a Xin Zhao. He duels like no tomorrow. But Shanks and Beisheng able to avoid away. Get the push and get the kill onto this Rumble.
If you had the Viego in the... Okay, I'm going to hold that thought. We're going to see the top lane. Yeah, typically... You know, Gwen has one of the best level 1s in the game. Being able to E, get that extra auto range, damage, and attack speed, often winning out. But it seems like a little bit of disrespect there for the level 2 that was hit. And here, similarly, level 2 hit first by OMG. Normally, we would expect the Varus to be able to hit level 2 first. But down summoners ends up getting punished for it. And OMG able to pull ahead there away from the Xin Zhao. But because of their next in strength, they're able to dispatch... Cream there and Breathe.
Oh, Ignite down again. New, he's not going to die though. He's only ticking away while in the bottom lane. Beisheng comes out first. Aki now joins the play, but Winter's Bite. The concussive blows are so OP. It gets a triple stun. You said value, Orcs, and value goes to WE.
from...
Can 1v2 it. Is a Xin Zhao, but the low HP bar of New makes me wonder. He doesn't have too much healing apart from the Doran's Blade. And it's still almost a 50 CS. He's going in. There's the Heartbreak. It doesn't matter. It's reset time. And it's snip for snip. With the W down, Aki going to be in a bit of trouble. It flashes away. WE bringing in Shanks. And this is the big guns as well. The flash over from the Heartbreak steal. But he's stunned up. Cream has gone too deep. Down. And Shanks is going to take him. Breathe even gets the kill. It's going even worse. Abscond Duck forces the flash. And this is why Breathe never even broke a sweat.
I mean... There's the decision. You try and gank the top lane where Breathe is so far ahead. He starts getting the resets, but we've seen an engage.
Now he's dead. Now that's good. But OMG, they punish him because he went a little bit too deep. Shanks has to flash as well. They burned another teleport, but that means mid for sure is going down. So even though OMG have a good response, we just look at WE still taking everything on the map.
Breathe, the invisibility coming up clutch there, and then Shanks in these extended fights so good as well.
And it's happening again, but this time OMG have brought 3 people. Breathe in a bit of trouble. Heartbreak is there, but New finally gets something back. And I have to say that Cold is trying his hardest to make this game better for OMG.
Now move to this wave being pushed in by Shanks and apply the pressure in the top lane. They won't be able to... Oh, looking for a fight here.
The equalizer. I mean, Cold has to go in at this point. Under turret makes the better move, but Shanks is tanking up, doing such good work as missing the same. Coming around the side. Look at Breathe in the back line. A bit over-ambitious, but Elk almost finishes it off as well. That's a good time for OMG, despite WE still going for the dive.
And WE are just playing bait with this Baron repeatedly.
I love it. They don't care. Cold walking through, but a little bit too far. No, the answer not yet. As Aki, he's actually face forward into the whole of WE. Abel and Cold managed to get out after the equalizer, but it's 5 versus 4. Going forward, Cold wants to set it up. Cream, what's he going to steal away with the hijack here? As Breathe has already joined the fight. He's got a reset. The Zenith Blade over the wall won't connect, but it doesn't need to. WE have taken 2 apart, and now this time it's Baron for real.
Yeah, with the jungler down, no real risk of this being stolen, but I think OMG know they need to fight this. If they give this one up, the game is probably just over. So looking to contest, they still have their 3 stronger members here, and the Ezreal is in a powerful spot to land some poke.
But Elk almost has a Chains of Corruption. If they get locked down, it's definitely over. New putting up the Hallowing Mist, but they go straight onto the backline on Cream, who buys time. Half health, though, as they get a good snip, but New now has to disengage. A Chains of Corruption connects so easily as Abel burns double Summoner to get out of there. But the Heartbreak at the follow-up, the movement speed, the equalizer. There's no getting away from World Elite.
Just great engage coming out from WE. They don't let OMG really contest it. They find the end. Breathe still going, actually, on the Ezreal.
He's so huge. I mean, he's going to take down Cold as well at this point. He just came back to life, but unfortunate as he is, Breathe gets another reset for Team WE. Correction there, no longer called World Elite, but hey, this game from them has really been one of the elite.
Great wards placed down quite deep by Cold. They have good vision onto the Baron.
Oh, they're on top of Breathe, though. Equalizer on the back end, looking for the top laner caught out. OMG grouping up. Breathe knocked up. Gonna die before he can do anything, but Shanks now into the middle. Gets the Sterix Gauge Shield, spins one more time, but missing shoved on in. OMG could win this fight quite easily. Absconded Duck Cream takes another one down. WE caught out on the rotation, and OMG showing this game ain't over.
Still a little bit risky going for the Baron with this Varus poke, but they're able to find the team fight. The coordinated engage from WE isn't there, and we see Breathe, this fed Viego caught out. OMG able to get the value in the extended fight. Now, you have to be so careful here. Smite still up for WE. And the Varus, they're looking to engage.
He's stolen Chains of Corruption as well. Elk kites back though. Beisheng buying time as they get the kill onto him as well. But OMG, you talked about the health bars. I mean, they don't want to take a second turn with Elk. He'll one-shot 3. But OMG don't want to go near the Baron for now.
Yeah, and I like the setup, trying to get some poke from Elk before the fight. Give things an advantage.
Not a good equalizer. Now. Into the backline, New as well. Cold's in as well. This is an all-in. Abel free firing. WE have moved into range of OMG, and now Breathe and Beisheng are the only ones left. New getting himself some revenge on the top laner. He says, you must die for the sins you incurred on me in this game. Triple kill. OMG Baron Orcs out of left field.
They had a 10,000 gold deficit The comp from WE was just absolutely stomping, but they find these windows back in. It feels like the ults aren't really connecting well for WE. They aren't able to do anything to Able.
It's the Silas, a Gwen, never the answer, and even missing here. Winter's bite out cold, thinking about an engage. New from the flanking angle. Everfrost is there. Cream uses the Glacial Fissure down. New's over the wall, and they're doing it again. Equalizer doesn't matter because New's in the front lines. Needlework's coming out. Colt will sacrifice his life. Cream, get off the blue buff and help. You need to get over the wall as Breathe is into the back line. OMG are losing members. Cream will circle around one more time as Breathe goes over. And boy, oh boy, this game 3 is a bit flustering.
I could hear the frustration when you saw Cream on the blue buff. I don't know what he's doing there. Obviously,
He had a full mana
interesting
bar.
priorities, we'll say. But they do manage to win out the fight enough to secure this dragon here. New's looking, though.
Elk's in a bit of trouble here. Chains Corruption not available yet, but New doesn't have the slow of Needlework. But Ocean Soul is denied, and while it is an even fight, OMG deny the objective that puts WE back in the driver's seat. So the game goes on. 31 minutes here with the Baron buff still available. It's Chains of Corruption for Chains of Corruption. Cute interaction, but Cream can do this. Onto Elk. Yep, it's a Silas. Elk walking into a Silas. That's not the way. Missing and Shank shouldn't be here either. A TP coming through. A double Everfrost. Glacial Fissure. WE, what are you doing? True Shot Barrage comes through, but Breathe is TP'd under the turret. You can dive this, equalize it down. What the hell are we watching?
The scaling's really kicked in, and these mid-game spikers from WE just aren't punching as much, particularly the Rumble. The equalizer's just been ignored at this point. OMG firmly in control, and they're comfortable to start these fights. It feels like these high value.
They'll take Cream backing, and he might even have to burn the TP.
But WE need to be careful. They don't have two of the major teamfight ultimates here. When Cream TP's in, they go for a fight.
That's all in. True Shot Barrage lines through as well. The Glacial Prison stopped away by Able. Look at him poking on the backside. The Ezreal having a great fight while Cream comes on back in through his TP. He's got a Heartbreaker stolen, and WE are getting burnt down. In the backline, doesn't matter, the New's gone because Abel's still full freaking HP. WE go home. It's time for us to pick up another dragon.
Able is just completely untouched on this team, and typically for OMG, when Able goes untouched, he's just able to clean up the fights. He's on fire right now, and WE, they get re-engaged on when they don't have the ult. Contest this one.
And this has become a massive copium for WE fans. Oh, WE's gonna win, don't worry, they'll find the fight. Because at this point, with Renekton down mid, 4 versus 5, Baron gonna be taken. Beicheng looking for the equalizer, but no, not this day. We're not looking at Kaza here, as Teleport's gonna be erupted. Aki and New trying to get out of there. Equalizer stolen away on Beicheng, who goes golden. Breathe has joined the fight, but Cold shortly in behind. The Everfrost locks him down. The Heartbreaker out. Chains of Corruption doesn't hit, and the Needlework a little bit short. I'm not going to make a sexual tension joke once again, but I have to say, after the Baron, the date almost happened. Aki getting pinned down a little bit, but we're looking for the equalizer. We're looking for the Chains of Corruption here. They're poking down Cream's, guarding the mid-wave into its fruition, which is going to be towards the Nexus. And you see the equalizer finally come down on top of Aki. He is the jungler, but Abel's still full health. Again, the person you need to look for is the Arcane shift forward. Cream goes in. That Everfrost, beautiful! New coming in off the flank. The Needlework is going to be great as well. Abel's still untouched. Cream into the thick of it as well. Look at Able, man! Poking down Ezreal, as good as it gets here as OMG. That's going to be game.
Able absolutely massive there, navigating the fight so well, moving around with repeated arcane shifts, dealing so much damage, and this was a 1-1 series. WE coming in with a 10k gold lead, and OMG are the ones to finish the Nexus and close it out.
You know, if you slack off, OMG are going to punish you. They continue their hit list here, Orcs, and OMG are going to be so happy they brought that game back from the brink of despair.